To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
Come on, everybody. Here we go. Off to Neverland.
You're funny. I like you already. My name's Mater. Like Mater, but without the tuh. What's your name?
Something, Robin. You're taking too many chances.
Chances? You must be joking.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Mickey Mouse.
Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Join me. Together, we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hello, Movies with a Mouse friends. Post-production Emmett here. We had a slight hiccup with our show this week with some files. We lost a good chunk of it. I was able to pull it from somewhere else, and we have our whole show ready for you guys to go. The only downside is it sounds a little bit rougher than it usually does. So sorry for this issue, but we have the whole show ready for you guys to go, so please enjoy.
Welcome to Movies with the Mouse Podcast, a Disney Dads podcast production exploring all Disney entertainment from movies, parks, and everything in between. I am your host, Jacob, sitting alongside my sidekick, my co-host, my best friend, my son,
Emmett.
What is up, dude?
No, nothing much.
Welcome to episode 79 of Movies with the Mouse Podcast. Man, this is going to be a good one. I am super excited for this topic because, well, it's my favorite topic.
Well, let's hold on for it because I kind of have slight hints leading into it.
Okay.
So we're going to hold on.
You're going to give them little teasers. Yep. Okay. Well, guys, stay tuned to this show because it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be fun, and I cannot wait to get into it. So without further ado, man, let's get into it. How was your week this week?
You know, it was just a week, just enjoying it was the last full week of summer. We go back the day that this releases. I'll be back at school.
Wah, wah.
I just want to be done.
Yeah,
not even that I want to be done with school. Like I'm not done with school yet. I just want to move on to stuff that I'm actually interested in.
Right.
Like when I go into college, I already have a lot of my generals done, so I get to go into what I actually want to do.
Oh, awesome.
And so I just want to be done with this because I have to take 5 classes that aren't going to mean a single thing. I'm not going to remember anything from them, but I have to do them legally. And I just want to move on already.
Right. You're ready. You're checked.
Yeah.
You've got the boxes checked and you're ready to go.
Yeah, but other than that, it's been a week.
Nice.
Nothing special. So how was your week?
Dude, my week was kind of crazy. I mean, just worked a lot, and then football in the evenings. We had a great week of practice, as one Broncos coach used to say. It was a great week of practice. So we'll see what happens coming game day.
Do you guys have a game this Saturday?
Coming Saturday? Yeah,
nice.
Is our first game of the season, and it's against one of the harder teams in the league. So it's kind of interesting.
Who is it, Snake River?
Nah, it's the Steelers.
Oh,
so it's gonna be pretty tough. Snake River's a good team too. But then we got like a 2-week bye.
Really?
Yeah, and then we
then
we have like 3 games that are really tough, and then we have we end the season with like 2 other games that are really soft games.
Well, yeah, that's gonna suck.
They're B League teams, and we're like top of the A League, and so it's kind of we're kind of like
that's gonna suck
going into the playoffs.
Yeah, going into playoffs, you're gonna be playing 2 super easy games.
Yep, it's gonna be a little tough, but we'll be able to handle it really well. But yeah, then let's see here, Wednesday, Kaylee called me. She took the car out to fill it up, go get some dinner or whatnot. And she called me and said, Dad, the car died and now the check engine light came on. And I'm like, oh, great. So I had to scramble to figure out what I needed to do for carpool that next day. And then got home that night and decided, you know what? It's time to hang up the keys to the Cruise. And I've had that car for like 12, 13 years, something like that.
Decent bit of time.
Yeah, I've had it for a long time.
And not even like, we've had it for a long time, but we've put a ton of miles on it over that time.
Well, especially in the last...
Because like 12 years doesn't seem like a lot.
Right.
But it has like 170 miles?
145.
45. So like a pretty good, decent bit of miles.
And I've put 75,000 on that in the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So it's been a good car. But I'm kind of happy to see it go, but sad at the same time. It's kind of one of those catch-20s because I was able to go car shopping on Friday and found the perfect car for me, especially for my long commute and all of that. So I'm super excited. I was able to get a 2025 Camry hybrid. So I'm getting like 50 miles to the gallon right now. So
Insane.
it is wild. But yeah, had a good day car shopping with my mom, went to breakfast. We're going to skip a little bit of that. And then, yeah, went and bought a car. And
so guys, he bought a car. He wasn't settled on the car. And then he had to buy the car.
Okay, I didn't have to buy it. I was getting on the freeway and somebody was in the right lane, got halfway over to the left lane, then sped up, then slowed down, and then like gunned it and kind of shoved me to the side of the road. And I hit a construction barrel on the test drive.
Yep.
It was pretty funny. I mean, I was mad.
With the car guy in the car with us, the salesman in the car with us, and everything.
I looked behind me, and that poor guy's eyes were as big as saucers, and he just goes, "Well, that's something new." Like he just didn't know what to do. He's like,
I feel like it's better to have them with you though,
yeah,
than to be test driving it by yourself and be like, so
I popped this out. At least they knew, right?
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a great day then. And then Saturday I took a little road trip and coached some football and then just kind of hung out at home. I didn't do much on Saturday. Oh, I went to a concert on Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went to the Lee Brice concert here in Pocatello. That was a lot of fun. I've seen him now 4 different times.
Dang, I've seen him twice.
I've seen him a lot. And this concert wasn't as good. And I think it's just the venue that we're at. The Portneuf Wellness Complex is just not that good. I struggle with it. I don't want to give them more money, but they keep bringing artists that I want to see. So I'm like, it's a fairly decent price. So I'm going to go see it. But yeah, then Saturday, just the football game. And Sunday was just a chill, relaxed day. Didn't do much.
We did not do anything.
Got some house cleaning done, watched some TV a little bit. That's about it.
Yeah.
So speaking of watching TV, man, what did you get into watching this week?
Not a whole lot. I spent a lot of my week this week playing video games.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really watch a whole lot of TV, just my usual shows before I go to bed. Probably the number one thing that I watched, I think 3 episodes. The brand new season of Tires season 3 over on Netflix with Shane Gillis came out this last week. And so started watching that one.
Definitely don't watch that one with the littles.
No, but it is so funny.
I've watched a little bit of it. It's hard to get into it for me, but I love Shane Gillis. I think he's hilarious.
It's like if The Office was dirty.
Yeah.
Is exactly what it is. It's super fun to watch.
Yeah, I've sat down a couple times and tried to watch. It's going to be one of those ones like the third time I'm going to sit down and watch it and it's going to hook me and it's over for
It's
me.
definitely, season 1 is really, really good. I loved season 1. Season 2 is all right. There's not like a whole lot. Season 3 has been pretty good so far. I've enjoyed season 3.
I'm going to have to check it out and I'm just going to have to commit to it. I mean, I have Fridays kind of by myself now. So maybe I'll have to watch it on Fridays.
They're like 10 episode seasons and the episodes are like 20 minutes. You could really, if you had like 6 hours of TV to watch in a day, you could finish the whole show.
Oh, definitely.
Because it's really not that long.
Well, I say I have it to myself, but then I usually get a honey-do list. That's pretty good. I think I got to shampoo the carpets this week, that kind of stuff. Maybe.
But it's also a great show for background noise.
Yeah.
Because you'll just be like listening to it and you don't even have to watch, and you'll just hear something and just start dying laughing. It's so
awesome.
fun.
Those are the best. Those are the best shows. But yeah, for me, man, I'm kind of with you. I didn't get a whole lot in this week. We watched some TV, but mostly we just watched Shameless. We kind of plugged away through Shameless. I know Steph's been watching Supernatural again, so I've been watching a little bit of that. I'm not big on Supernatural. Like, I liked it the first watch through.
The early seasons are a lot better.
Yeah.
And then the first 3 seasons are amazing.
Then they kind of went like weird. Like
it goes downhill when this show's been out for like 10 years. I can talk about it, right?
I think so.
It goes downhill when Sam dies and then comes back.
Yeah.
It for sure takes a turn at that season and it just kind of slowly degrades.
Kind of about the time that we see Castile. Is that his name?
No, because I like Cat. Like, Cass's character is really good. But it's like, whenever they, like, it's all the buildup until they figure out who killed their mom, and then they do that, and that whole story arc there. After that, I feel like they should have ended the show there.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been good instead of continuing it, because that's really where it loses you.
Yeah, other than that, I watched one night. I just wasn't feeling watching that. I went in my room and kicked on the TV, and I ended up watching Roadhouse over on HBO Max. It's a classic 80s movie. I love Roadhouse. Definitely not for the littles. Do not let littles even remotely near that
Don't even
That
watch
show.
the remake.
Yeah, the remake with Jake Gyllenhaal was just garbage.
Jake Gyllenhaal is just not the right person for that character.
No,
I want them to do another remake in 20 years and do it with Mason Thames.
I could. He'd have to get pretty buff.
He would, but he could.
Yeah,
He for sure could.
and then like in the second one, Conor McGregor. But I watched that as
I forget that Conor McGregor's in that.
I watched that show when I was rather little.
Yeah.
I don't know why I watched that show, but it's always been one of my favorites. It's so quotable. It's kind of like me and Pretty Woman. I can watch that and almost quote the entire thing.
Yeah.
I just love it. Like when the old man's house burns and he goes in and saves him and he's like, "Hey, are you all right? Are you all right? Emmett, you all right?" His name's Emmett, actually. And he's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "I wouldn't be if you'd get off me." Just little things like that. Just are funny stuff. And then, just Shameless. And that was kind of it. I don't even think I watched a movie this week. I really wanted to sit down and watch a movie, and I don't think I got there.
I don't think I watched a new movie at all this week. Like, I definitely had some stuff playing in the background, but I didn't watch anything new.
Right on.
So,
well, let's get into the news this week because we do have a few stories. Not a whole lot this week, though. So our first bit of news is that Disney's Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas collection launched today on DisneyStore.com, and several items are also stocked at now the Tower Hotel Gifts, the shop attached to the Twilight of Terror. So, like the gift shop that you have to exit through has all the new Nightmare Before Christmas. And that's kind of like not even a seasonal thing. I've noticed that a couple times now that's kind of the place that Nightmare Before Christmas is kind of.
Sure. I feel like that's the only place that it really fits into the parks in Orlando.
Right, yeah.
Like there's not really a spot like in Disneyland they could do it in. It's not Memento Mori there. It's the other one. I can't remember exactly what it is, but they can do it in that shop like all the time because they have like Haunted Mansion Holiday started 2 days ago. Yeah. It's already up.
Yeah.
So they have like a good period of time that they can sell that merch there.
Yeah, in Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
Did you say Disneyland or Disney World?
Disneyland.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure. I was like, wait a second. It is Memento Mori, but yeah.
I can't remember what it's not Memento Mori in Disneyland.
Isn't it just called Haunted Mansion Gifts?
It's something. It's not as creative.
And it's not as big.
No.
It's definitely not as big.
No, I would say the floor space is the same as Memento Mori. Because Memento Mori has that like weird like hourglass looking shape. And that one's just square.
Yeah, I see that. Anyways, why don't you get us into our next bit of news?
So the next bit of news, the exterior refurbishment at Walt Disney World's Twilight Zone Tower of Terror has expanded significantly, with scaffolding now reaching all the way to the top of the Hollywood Tower Hotel.
That's crazy. Is there a scrim with this, or is it just...
No, it's just scaffolding. They didn't do like what they did with the Haunted Mansion, because I think they're going like layer by layer.
Oh, okay.
So they started from the bottom and they're working their way up.
Start from the bottom, now I'm here.
Yeah. And now I'm going. But so I think they're slowly working their way out. But I don't think they've ever done a scrim because they've never done it before in general.
Not that I can remember.
And I feel like doing one for the Tower of Terror would cost a lot of money.
Right. Well, they did that like down Main Street. They do scrims with the pictures of whatever's behind it. They have done that before.
Yeah, but they've never done one for an attraction before.
No,
they've always just blocked it out.
Not that I know of. Don't hold us to that. But I don't think they've done it before.
I don't think so.
Man, I read the news just before we recorded. I read the news and I thought, I'm going to give Emmett the first one. I'm going to take the second one so he can take the third one, because you do this on purpose. You know, I'm going to take the first one and then you stack it and load it up so the third one is super, super hard.
Well, then I'll just take it.
Actually, no, I lied. It's not the news. It is This Week in Disney History. So,
okay. Well, the Disney Enterprises filed a new patent application that could change how fireworks shows and other effects at Walt Disney work at Walt Disney World. The Disney Smoke Projection Patent describes a system that projects images and animations onto smoke, fog, and firework residue, adjusting the content in real time as those materials shift and drift. I think this is awesome.
The concept is amazing. But
hopefully it works.
I have one question. If it's windy, what are they going to do?
I would assume they wouldn't use it, but it also says it adjusting the content in real time as those materials shift.
So I figure is what that's talking about is like when you have fireworks and then they do like the trails that like fall. like projecting it onto that. But like, what happens if it's windier? Like, not even.
I mean,
I
I'd
can't
assume
say
if it's
windier,
windy, like, because if it gets to a certain point of wind, they stop the fireworks in total and they just do projections on the castle.
right?
So I'd assume that like there's going to be a new level of, okay, it's too windy. There's no sense in doing the projections.
Okay,
But also this raises a cause. What about like airplanes?
right. You're shooting lights up.
Yeah, you're shooting lights into the sky. There's got to be something with that.
Now, Disney World, especially I think at Magic Kingdom, there is a no fly.
I believe there is, but still, like, light travels.
Right.
Like it could go really far distance.
So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see how that works.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for it though. If they can pull it off and make it look cool, it will be awesome for sure.
All right. Well, why don't you take this first one in this week in Disney history, Emmett?
Okay. August 26, 2005, Disney legend John Droger, Jorger,
Sure.
yep, a master model maker who helped create Disneyland's look by modeling three-dimensional models of the Sleeping Beauty Castle and the Haunted Mansion and other attractions, passes away at the age of 91.
So this is an Imagineer that I don't know his name.
I've
never
heard of him before, but he like very much so made Walt's vision come true.
Right.
I was reading a little bit about it. Walt told him what he wanted. He made 3D sculptures and Walt ran with it.
Okay.
Like, I mean, obviously he had like reference, but like the Haunted Mansion is fully his. Like in Disneyland, the sculpting of the Haunted Mansion is his.
Okay.
Like he made it, and Walt was like, "Yeah, let's run with it."
Yeah. For some reason, this is like one of the Imagineers that I just maybe I've heard his name before, but I just don't recall it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, this guy had a huge impact on Disneyland and the the taking of Walt's ideas and making them reality. So yeah, on to our next bit, man. August 28th, 2003, a test run of Magic Kingdom's newest attraction, Mickey's PhilharMagic, takes place at Walt Disney World. So I love PhilharMagic. It's a good place to go, take a nice AC break, and just watch a good show. This is when I'm in Disney World, like on a big vacation, this is a must-do for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, PhilharMagic, it's just like, I don't know what it is about the AC and PhilharMagic. It is just the napping. I don't think I've ever watched PhilharMagic all the way through because I fall asleep every single time.
Right? You just like crash out. It's super good in there too.
Mm-hmm.
And the show's good and the music.
And I think it's just the darkness of it. Like it's really dark in there.
Yep.
And so it makes it a lot better.
And the music is familiar. And so you fall, if you're familiar with something, it's easier to fall asleep to. And so I think that's why you just have that point where you're like, okay, it's nap time. So
yeah, for sure.
I love that show. And I love the new, so I think the new Coco scene's been out for a few years now, but I absolutely love the Coco scenes.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen the Coco scenes or not.
I'm trying to
I
think.
don't recall them.
I'm trying to think if we went.
It's been a couple of trips since I've been to PhilharMagic.
Yeah.
Definitely. And I've been thinking about it's been years since I've rode like Frozen Ever After and stuff. Like those are definitely like some of the attractions that I haven't hit in a while are definitely on my list to wanting to do
when we go down.
Yeah, when we come back.
Hopefully we can get to a park and figure out what we're going to do. That'd be a lot of fun. So go ahead and take the next one, Emmett.
Yeah, so
actually, let me tell you what. So you've already taken a couple news ones and you got the rotating segment. So I better take this one.
Okay. I
am going to slaughter it. So I apologize in advance. August 29th, 2011 at approximately 6:30 a.m. Hawaii time, the doors open to Maka'ala?
Maka'ala.
Mm-hmm. Did you have to call and get help on that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Maka'ala. Lobby of Aulani. A Disney resort spa opens for the first guest to enter. Mm-hmm. This is one of the resorts that I have to eventually check out.
Oh man, if only you had a Spirit jersey from this resort. That really sucks, doesn't it?
You do have a Spirit jersey.
I do indeed have Aulani merch and art. So take that one. But I've never been.
Well, I got a glass with Club 33, so take that one.
I think I'd rather. Yeah, no. I'd say they've definitely up there.
They're
but
together.
Club 33 is still got to be higher than doing Aulani.
Right. I want to do Aulani so bad because it's
just
just
like Aulani I could do.
Right.
Club 33 I don't think I will ever enter.
It's just one of those white whales.
Yeah, right? For sure.
So awesome, man. Well, why don't you take us into our rotating segment today?
So taking us into our rotating segment, this is going to be our first little hint at what our feature presentation here, guys. So your feature presentation or your rotating segment this week, you are doing a blind ranking of 5 versions of Mickey Mouse.
Okay.
So your number 1 here, you're ranking them out of 5. You don't know what's coming next.
Okay, this is
Your
going to be
number
tough.
1 is classic shorts Mickey Mouse. Just that classic red shorts, yellow buttons, yellow shoes Mickey Mouse.
Number 2.
Number 2?
Yep.
Okay. Your next one is Sorcerer Mickey.
Darn it. I'm going to have
It's a classic look.
right. Sorcerer Mickey, I would have
I would say Sorcerer Mickey, I would say, is Mickey's second most iconic look. I'd say the original red shorts is his most iconic. I would say Sorcerer Mickey is his second.
I think it really depends on who you're talking to. Because I think if you're talking to a casual Disney person, right, they're going to see Sorcerer Mickey probably as their number 1 Mickey.
I don't think so, though, because, like, classic Mickey, yes, he changes over but, like, even, like, the new Mickey shorts, like, he still is in those classic shorts.
Right. Okay, I could see. I'm going to put, man, I wish Sorcerer Mickey would have been number, when it came first, because I would have put him at number 2. I'm going to have to put him at number 3 because I'm hoping you have one on here that's going to be my favorite. So,
okay. So your next one is the Mickey Mouse Club Mickey. So this is the 2006 Mickey Mouse, the Disney Junior show.
Okay.
Where he has that like 3D animation style of that one.
You know what? He's a good Mickey. I really like him. It kind of goes back, kind of throws back a little bit. And, we just get that redesign a little, not much. There was enough. I'm going to have to put that one at number 5.
Okay.
I like that one.
So your next one is modern Paul Rudish Mickey.
So the Paul Rudish Mickey, at first, I hated it. I couldn't stand it. I thought he looked weird, very over-exaggerated for my liking. And guys, I'm a Mickey lover. I love everything Mickey Mouse. And so it was really tough at the beginning of this cartoon, of these shorts that came out. It took me a long time to really get into it. So I think number 4 is at a perfect spot for it. I like it, but I'm not overly about it.
Okay, so you have Classic Mickey at 1.
Nope, 2.
2. Sorcerer at 3.
Yep.
Mickey Mouse Club Mickey at 5. And
yes.
Okay, gotcha. So your last one, obviously, is Steamboat Willie.
And that's what I was holding out for. Steamboat Willie is just, it's the embodiment of Mickey Mouse to me. He's fun, he's courageous, he's adventurous, and I just really like that. And I love that Walt Disney was the original voice for Mickey Mouse in this. And I think that kind of helps put Steamboat Willie over the top. I have a Steamboat Willie tattoo. I also have Classic Mickey. So it kind of makes sense that I have my 1 and 2 are actually tattooed on me.
Yeah. What would you say, leading on after this, what would you say is like Mickey's best attires in the park?
Well, let's get into that during our feature presentation.
Okay.
Because I have to think about that for a little bit.
Okay. So leading into it, guys, quote of the week this week. It is a reused quote. We have used this quote before, but it goes so well with what we are talking about today and is going to lead in perfectly. And that is to never lose sight of one thing, that it all started by a mouse.
So that was a little paraphrasing, but that works. I'll take it. I mean, I hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse. I mean, it was a little paraphrasing, but and that was by none other than Walt Disney. And if you have had a chance to see the Walt show there in Disneyland with the Walt animatronic, he actually says this to end the show, and it's just beautiful.
For what that show is, yes, I'm slightly disappointed that the actual animatronic is only like a 2-minute segment.
Right.
Like it's still amazing. The entire show, the entire documentary is just so awesome.
Yep, hitch in the feels right off the bat.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, guys, our feature presentation, if you did not know already, we are talking about the one, the only, the wonderful Mickey Mouse. This is a new feature presentation that we haven't brought to you guys before, and this is going to be a character breakdown. I was doing some brainstorming one day, and I thought, you know what? Character breakdowns could really fit well. But not always as feature presentations. The bigger ones, yes. Mickey Mouse being our first one, and because Mickey has so much to offer and so much to talk about, I wanted to take this opportunity to do a feature presentation on Mickey, but character breakdowns are actually going to probably every other episode, or we're going to rotate through that with the This Week in Disney History. Unfortunately, we've noticed as we're coming, into our 1.5 year mark of the show.
A year and a half. This next month is a 1.5 years.
Yeah, so being a 1.5 years in, it's getting hard to be like, okay, well, This Week in Disney History, and then we're trying to find new things.
Our HHN recap will be a 1.5 years.
Okay,
I think it's that week. We are 1 month out from HHN.
1 month from right now.
1 month from right now, we are walking through the fog, and I am so excited.
It's going to be so good. They've released a lot of stuff. But anyways, guys, back into the out from the weeds here. So every couple weeks we're going to switch it up. We're going to give you a character breakdown, and it might be anywhere from like Betamax to Wreck-It Ralph to Otis.
Okay. It is not Betamax.
It's Betamax.
No, it's Baymax.
Baymax.
That's
what I said.
No, you say Betamax, and you have said it for years, and I've corrected you at least 10 times, and you don't fix it.
He's Beta because he's the first. He's the test.
Baymax.
Betamax.
No, Baymax.
I'm gonna see how mad I can.
You say it wrong every single time.
Okay.
I don't think I've ever heard you say it correctly on the first time once.
Baymax.
No, it sounds stupid.
Baymax.
Say his name correctly.
Baymax.
Baymax.
That
there
sounds
you go.
weird.
No, it's Baymax.
Betamax.
No, it's Baymax.
Anyways, guys, so it could be anywhere from Baymax to Goofy. Well, yeah, Goofy, Max. We could talk about Pete. We could talk about any Disney character in any facet. We could talk about Marvel, Star Wars. We'll do a character breakdown every couple weeks instead of doing the This Week in Disney History. I just think it kind of freshens it up, gives us something new to talk about, because we've noticed, we talk about a lot of the same stuff, and I think we've done a pretty good job leading in, like 1.5 years. We've done pretty good at not doubling those up, but I think there's going to come a time that
starting
we do
to become a lot harder.
So if we do it this way, it gives us a little bit more content throughout the years. And that's what we are here to do, is give you guys content. And I think this is a great new segment. So after this, guys, after this show, head over to Movies with Mouse Friends group over on Facebook. Let us know what you think. Maybe give us a character that you want us to break down. Maybe you can make it hard, and we really have to do our research and give you a full breakdown. So without further ado, guys, your feature presentation is character breakdown of Mickey Mouse. So the big question here is, guys, how did a mischievous little cartoon mouse become the symbol of Disney, and why does Mickey mean so many different things to so many different people?
Oh, am I continuing after that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
That was my lead-in to you,
I thought
man.
you were going next.
Oh.
So before Mickey Mouse, we had Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. Oswald was Walt's first attempt.
Yeah, the predecessor. Well, kind of a
predecessor.
Predecessor is after.
Yeah. Oswald was successful, but Walt discovered in 1928 that he didn't control the character. After losing Oswald and much of his animation staff, Walt needed something new, something that he could control, that his studio could control. Walt Disney and animator Ub Iwerks created Mickey Mouse, and that failure ultimately led to the creation of the most recognizable Disney character in the world. I wouldn't call Oswald a failure. Oswald was not a failure.
I think it was... For the time, yes, it was a failure. He didn't have the right steps in his company organized.
But it's still Oswald himself wasn't a failure.
Yeah, I don't think it was
a successful character.
I don't think it was Oswald. I think it was business practices inside his company that led to losing Oswald.
Yes, very much.
So
you go.
Our first big time we get to see our friendly mouse.
Not we. To see. Not we. This has never been distributed.
Plane Crazy? I've seen Plane Crazy.
Yeah, but it hasn't been distributed by Disney.
Okay.
It's never been distributed by Disney.
Isn't it on Disney Plus?
I don't think so.
Anyhow, Mickey Mouse first... the first sighting of Mickey Mouse, how's that? Does that sound better?
Yeah.
The first sighting of Mickey Mouse? All right, man. Was Plane Crazy in 1928. This was actually the first Mickey cartoon produced. It received a test screening but didn't initially find a distributor. Then Disney tried something much more ambitious, and that's where we get Steamboat Willie. November 18th, 1928, this became Mickey's famous public debut. Its synchronized sound helped make cartoon a sensation, and November 18th would eventually become recognized as Mickey Mouse's birthday. One day after your birthday.
My birthday.
Hey, that's didn't even think about that, but that's cool.
Mm-hmm. So, who were the voices of Mickey? There's been many different iterations of voices of Mickey. So many different people. I think 7 total voices of Mickey. I think we have so far. But at the start, you said it before, Walt Disney being the original voice of Mickey, I think truly speaks for why Mickey is so important to Disney.
Right.
Like, it shows that Walt made this character, created this character, animated this character, and then voiced this character that it to me feels like Mickey is Walt in a sense. Like, it all started and came from Walt's brain, and it was Walt's voice, and you hear like it, that's Mickey is Walt in a different form.
Right.
in
Correct.
my
I
opinion.
think Mickey embolizes what Walt was and who Walt was.
Mhm.
So Walt Disney voiced Mickey himself, beginning with the earliest cartoons. And then after Walt, Jim McDonald took over Mickey's primary voice as Walt became increasingly more occupied running Disney. After Jimmy McDonald, Wayne Allwine voiced Mickey from 1977 until 2009.
Mhm.
And here's the fantastic trivia. Wayne Allwine, I don't know why I kept wanting to say that wrong. Allwine married Russie Taylor, the longtime voice of
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. That's right. Mickey and Minnie were married in real life, so that's kind of cool. After Wayne came Bert. I cannot talk today. Iwan. He became Mickey's primary voice officially after Allwine's death and continued in the role.
Mm-hmm. And then after him, we get Chris Diamantopoulos. Dude,
that's a rough one.
His last name is a dinosaur. I am convinced. I have seen that name on Jurassic Park.
Dinotopoulos.
I can't even say it.
Well, this is Hooked on Phonics right here, guys.
Voices Mickey in the 2013 shorts and Wonderful World. His performance deliberately fits the wilder throwback version of Mickey.
Right, and that's kind of where we're at with Mickey as of now. I believe Brett still does Mickey Mouse occasionally, and then Chris does them from the new Mickey shorts.
So, going to Mickey, I want to talk about how Mickey, the different versions of Mickey, from Sorcerer Mickey to Classic Mickey to the new shorts, every different version of Mickey contributes to like a different like moral or theme or emotion.
Right.
So, kicking us off, you have Classic Mickey, who is kind of that more mischievous kind of feel. Early Mickey has been a bit of a troublemaker. He's adventurous, impulsive, scrappy, and occasionally a bit of a jerk.
Yeah.
The early Mickey cartoons, he is not the nicest to Minnie.
No,
he is not very like nice to Mickey.
Yeah. I always liked Mickey, and this is where it's kind of tough because Steamboat Willie falls into this category.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a little tough for me because I like Mickey nice and kind and just that, over the top heart and everything like that that we get later on.
Yeah, for sure.
He wasn't perfectly behaved face of a massive corporation just yet. He was a cartoon character trying to make people laugh. And so what makes people laugh? Like slapstick comedy, right? Like falling down and doing crazy things.
Very much so like Charlie Chaplin comedy.
Right. Over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it that way. Over the top. He represented like fun and mischief. That early classic Mickey, that's what that was. And then we had Sorcerer Mickey.
My favorite version of Mickey. Sorcerer Mickey will always be my favorite version of Mickey.
And this was just like the true, like if I had to put it down in like one word of what Sorcerer Mickey is, and that's wondrous. Probably Mickey's most iconic alter ego would be Sorcerer Mickey.
I don't even alter ego for sure because he doesn't have a lot of alter egos, but definitely his second most iconic look.
Right.
I would, because like through Fantasia and Fantasmic and even just merchandising in the parks, like you see you see Sorcerer Mickey everywhere in the parks.
Yep, that iconic blue hat, the red robe, and the magic that comes with it. Mickey feels completely different as Sorcerer Mickey to me. he's associated with imagination, dreams, and that larger than life Disney magic. When you think Disney magic, you think Sorcerer Mickey.
Yeah. He represents wonder and imagination. And when you see Sorcerer Mickey, you don't necessarily think comedy. You think that you're like, you see Sorcerer Mickey and you know you're going to get a story and not a laugh.
Right. You're getting Disney.
I would say he's Mickey's serious side.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I think Sorcerer Mickey is that perfect blend between the two, between that heartfelt, caring, loving Mickey and that mischievous. Because in Fantasia, in The Sorcerer's Apprentice, he is very mischievous, and that's what leads him into the sorcerer's den, and he puts on the hat, and that's when he gets into trouble, is because he's being mischievous, but he knows that he did wrong and he's trying to fix it. And then, that's just, to me, that's like embodies Mickey.
Yeah, and like thinking back on like what I said, how you see Sorcerer Mickey, you really do. Like, he used to be in Hollywood. I mean, he is in Hollywood Studios again. Currently, the Sorcerer hat is in Hollywood Studios again, but it used to be the highlight of Hollywood Studios was the Sorcerer hat.
Yep.
And then even after that, like, you see the Sorcerer's hat in PhilharMagic. You see it all over the place. Thinking about it now, it's the Sorcerer's cap.
I'm just thinking, no, it was Epcot. It was Epcot that had the Sorcerer's hat, not Hollywood Studios.
I thought it was Hollywood Studios that had it. I believe it's Hollywood Studios.
You might have to look that up and just confirm. Then you have the traditional Mickey. Like you were saying, the red shorts, the yellow buttons, the yellow shoes, just that overall Mickey Mouse, right? And this Mickey represented so much more. He was kind.
It was Hollywood Studios.
Okay,
it was the Sorcerer's hat, and then like they did the whole thing where like there was the wand. Well.
Yeah.
And then they took it all down.
Yeah, okay. So Mickey, the traditional Mickey, the comfort Mickey, this is the Mickey that everybody knows. He's on watches, he's on t-shirts, sweatshirts. When you see Mickey Mouse or you hear Mickey Mouse, this is the one that you think of. I preface that by saying that, like, it and I'm probably just use that word wrong, but don't judge me, people. But I think it depends on who you ask.
But where does this Mickey come into play? Because like classic, like, does this come into play when like the Mickey Mouse Club started on Disney Channel? Not the Disney Junior Show, but like the original Mickey Mouse Club.
I think before that. Well, you're talking like the original, like 1950s,
like
60s.
right in that era,
okay.
I'd say is when this kind of starts. Like this version of Mickey.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where it comes from. It comes from, like the Disney, for me, like in the 90s, there was the Mickey shorts and stuff like that. And that's what he was that's the Mickey we knew.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind, optimistic, dependable, friendly, and wholesome. So this is the Mickey who welcomes you to Disney. This is the one that is like every piece of merchandise. I mentioned a few, but I think this is the one that like almost like everybody's had a classic Mickey
This
shirt.
is the Mickey that you're going to walk into your local TJ Maxx and find a mug of.
Right.
Is exactly who this Mickey is. He is, it's the face of Mickey. Like you see Mickey ears, you think of this Mickey Mouse, not like a different, not like the brand new ones, like the, I already forgot his name. The new artist of Mickey.
Chris.
No.
Yeah, anyhow.
I can't remember his name.
The Mickey shorts.
Yeah, the Mickey short. The new Mickey shorts. Like, you don't think of those. Like, you see Mickey ears, you think of this Mickey.
Right. This adaptation of him is who always has things under control. This Mickey Mouse knows what's going on. He's that strong Mickey.
And I associate this Mickey with like Christmas Carol and all of like the Christmas movies.
Yep.
I see this Mickey in and not another one.
Correct. That's how I am too. He makes people feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He makes them feel comfortable, and this is the one that parents want to introduce their kids to.
Yeah,
is this Mickey? I mean, any version of Mickey.
There's not a bad version of Mickey.
Correct.
Like,
he's not doing. Sorry, he's not doing things that you would just be appalled if your kids. I'm gonna throw one out there that, like, as a parent, you're like, it's questionable, and that's SpongeBob, right? Like, some of the things SpongeBob does, you're like, like, is this who we want my kids to be watching? And then like they go in and like try to react,
Yeah. I got you.
You know what I'm saying? And Mickey's not that character. Mickey is somebody that you don't have to second guess. You can turn on a Mickey cartoon and just let your kids sit down and have their screen time and enjoy Mickey Mouse, knowing that there's nothing going to be too crazy unless you get into the new Mickey shorts that have been coming out more recently. Those ones,
I'd say Donald has been in more troublesome situations than
right?
Mickey.
And Donald Duck eventually becomes that mischievous. So when we see that transition between the mischievous Mickey and the classic Mickey, that's when we were introduced to Donald Duck. And Donald Duck is that
how they took the Fab Five fully represents every stage that Mickey has gone through.
Right.
I feel like Goofy, very much so. I mean, Goofy was made beforehand, but Goofy as a person is very much so the new Mickey shorts, over the top, exaggerated, like
whimsical,
life of the party kind of person. Classic Mickey stays classic Mickey. Donald is that older, mischievous Mickey, and like they all just come together so well. And it really shows like the Fab Five is Mickey's different personalities,
right?
In my opinion,
I agree.
Then we come to our next Mickey, which is Clubhouse Mickey, the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse show on Disney Channel. I watched a lot as a kid. I feel like I was always watching. I have a lot of memories of watching that version of Mickey Mouse, and I feel like it's the most audibly recognizable Mickey Mouse.
Right.
From Miska Muska Mickey Mouse,
Miska Muska Mickey Mouse
to Toodles.
Oh,
everybody
Toodles.
knows that. To the hot dog song, like that is where the sounds of Mickey are the most iconic.
Right.
In my opinion,
I totally agree.
Mm-hmm.
I 100%. I remember you and Kaylee watching this as little kids, and just maybe not so much you as much as Kaylee. Kaylee watched the Mickey Mouse Club religiously, and then you came along a couple years later, and we just carried that on because Mickey is just so awesome.
Yeah, the Mickey Mouse Club version of Mickey made him approachable and interactive, and Mickey looked directly at the kids and asked them for help. It was like a very in other words, interactive show that
right.
Like it's like Dora, like they'll ask you what you're seeing, if what they should do. Like it's a very good growth and learning experience for kids to get while still enjoying it because it's Mickey Mouse.
Kind of using their brain a little bit while they're having screen time, because a lot of kids they'll sit down and watch a show and they just go mind numb to everything else that's going on. But with Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, they were being kind of asked questions and using that thought process. And okay, well, what do we need, or what do we, like what tool can we use to catch this or do this? You know, and I really like that.
He represents childhood. This Mickey version very much so represents childhood in a way that, yes, this was probably, Mickey Mouse is a children's cartoon. He is obviously catered towards children, but this was the first children's Mickey show,
Yep.
Like this wasn't one that you're gonna turn on when you're not gonna catch your teenager watching this. Like you're going to see this in your younger generations of people, but it's still this show still airs reruns on Disney Channel all the time.
Right.
Like this show is constantly on Disney Channel.
I'd watch it. If I was flipping channels or something and it was on, I'd watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I don't know if I'd watch this one more so to where it's very, very catered to children, but I'd watch a couple of minutes of it just because it'd be nostalgic to me.
Right. And it's Mickey, and I love Mickey Mouse. Do you remember? Was it you or Kaylee? I think it was Kaylee that actually had the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
I didn't.
It was the playset, so it was actually it folded in half, and you open it up, and it was like Mickey's house. It was awesome.
I never remember that. Bringing us into the newest and newest and craziest version of Mickey.
Before we get into that, though, can I talk about one that I haven't watched that I kind of want to watch just to see what it's like? And that's Mickey's Speedway Racers? Is that what it's called?
Racers, yeah. It's kind of like a spin-off version of it. It follows the same Mickey of Clubhouse.
Okay. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it follows all those same characters and their character growth in the show, and it's just they're racers now.
Okay, yeah. I was at football last week, as a matter of fact, and one of the boys was like, "Do you watch Mickey Mouse Clubhouse?" And I was like, "Or no." They asked if I had watched Speedway Racers, and I was like, "No, I've never seen that one." And he's like, "Then what did your kids watch?" And I was like, "Mickey Mouse Clubhouse." So
Speedway Racers came in when I was starting to grow into Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Is when
kind of that
Racers
transition.
came around. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. And go back into your
Yeah, so then Disney did something interesting in 2013 with the Paul Rudish shorts. You know, going back on what you said, I hated this art style at the start, and I think what made me love this art style is Runaway Railway.
Yeah.
I think Runaway Railway really brought me into this art style, and I couldn't tell you why. Like, I had such a hatred for this art style beforehand, and now I really love it.
I think even Runaway Railway is still different than the cartoons. It's similar. And I think it has just more to do with like the 2D effects that they do. But yeah, this Mickey, let me tell you guys, this is when he gets weird again.
Yeah.
Mickey gets weird, and he can get angry. He can screw things up again. And then he's kind of selfish and a little bit ridiculous.
He very much shows actual human emotions in this version of Mickey.
Right.
He's not always the same happy, cheerful, go-getting guy. Like, he has actual emotions in this version, I feel.
Right.
Where you don't see that in other earlier versions of Mickey.
Do you have a favorite Mickey short from the current Mickey shorts?
I think it's technically like the Matterhorn one, the yodeling one. Where,
yep, that was a good one.
That one is one of my favorites.
So, of course, because we're from Idaho, one of my favorites is Potato Land. It doesn't revolve around Mickey, though. It revolves more around Goofy and his love for theme park attractions and potatoes. Potato Land. I'd
say that one. There's some other ones that like I can't like fully recall. Like, I can like picture them in my mind, but I can't fully recall what the episode is about. There's a lot of good shorts from these ones.
Yeah.
This version of Mickey very much so represents humor and chaos.
Yes.
It is crazy, over the top humor, and like there's not a lot of speaking points in these Mickey shorts, but what there is of them, it's perfect.
Oh, see, I think that the dialogue is great, and they actually have me rolling because they take it from being Mickey being like a little kid show to kind of elevating it up a little bit. You know, it hits that demographic between like the 10 to like 15. I don't
know if I go that high, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
I love this Mickey. It's funny, it's hilarious, and it really brings it back to like the 1928 roots of who
I
Mickey
love
was.
that it's 2D animated.
Right.
Like Mickey, yes, he does look good 3D animated, but the 2D animation of Mickey makes him feel more like Mickey.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like Goofy in the new ones though. I think he looks like he is on mind-altering substances. Like, he just looks so weird.
I don't know. I feel that less now that I actually like the art animation style. When I didn't like it at first, yes, I felt that. But now that I've kind of learned to grow and love this art style, I don't see it as much.
Goofy's more of a transient in the new cartoons than the old times, but that's Goofy.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about, man, because one of the biggest things that I love to do when I'm in the Disney parks is I love to meet Mickey Mouse. And so let's talk about Mickey in the parks. I think the number one thing of Mickey in the parks, the one word that I can describe it is nostalgia. Because you walk into a Mickey and you see Mickey, it just brings all those feelings from every version of Mickey that we just talked about to your favorite memory or your favorite cartoon or that first time watching Mickey. It is just so awesome. And it hits you in the feels as soon as you walk in and you see Mickey Mouse. And it does not feel like a Disney trip, guys, unless you see Mickey Mouse.
No, it doesn't at all. And like, you see so many different versions of Mickey in the park that it truly brings him together as one.
Right.
Because like, you could watch all of these different Mickey versions of Mickey that we just put out there, and each one will feel like it's a different Mickey character. But you see him in the park and you see the newer kind of art style in Runaway Railway, and then you go and meet him and he's more classic, and then like you see every single version of Mickey.
Yep.
And it's awesome. I forgot where I was going to go.
You're fine, man. Mickey in the park represents something completely different. Mickey in the parks represents like vacation and family and childhood memories, walking into Main Street, and then taking your kids to Disney for the first time. I kind of like brought that in my introduction into this section because it's so powerful. Like I can't tell you guys, my trip in 2021, me and Steph went down, we did an adults trip down to Disney, and it was during COVID. and so you couldn't meet characters at the time. You know, there was no characters to meet, and you had to just see them in a cavalcade. And so I was standing on the end of Main Street, just towards the hub on one side of the street, and the cavalcade came around, and I sobbed because I was like, this is the closest I'm going to get to Mickey this year. I don't get to give Mickey a hug. And if you know the magic. And yes, I understand the magic.
Yeah.
But it's still something about meeting Mickey in the parks that just is the best feeling.
It is a rite of passage
and it is the best
meeting Mickey.
I'm a 40-year-old man.
Mm-hmm.
I am not afraid to say that we were in Disney this July and I did not get to meet Mickey Mouse. I did not get to greet him and say, thanks, Mick, because that's usually what I say. I say, thanks, Mickey. Love it, and that's all I say. And I didn't get to it. And my trip was amazing. It was like the coolest trip that we could have planned out. But not getting to see Mickey kind of, hinders a little bit on that. But
definitely
it happens. And
I love like talking more on versions of like there's so many more versions of Mickey that are brought out because of the parks. Like you have like Safari Mickey and Animal Kingdom. Like you have so many newer, different versions. You have Iridescent Mickey as the 50th anniversary. Like you have so many different styles of Mickey that you can meet, and it's so awesome. What would you say is Mickey's best park style?
The most iconic to me is Mickey in the tuxedo. I think that's the first Mickey that I met when I went to
and that is
Disneyland.
Parks Mickey.
Yep, that's Parks Mickey for me. Tuxedo or Sorcerer Mickey. I love
Sorcerer Mickey is awesome.
Yeah, I love seeing Mickey in Sorcerer outfit. Chef Mickey. That was cool to see
awesome.
him in that Mickey. But I think for me the biggest standout is Tuxedo Mickey, and I think there's only one place you can see him, and that's in Epcot now.
Really? He's not even at the theater anymore.
No, on Main. Well, no, you can meet him in Main Street, but I believe that's Magic Mickey.
Magic Mickey now. Okay. I would also say that like the Christmas attire of Mickey and Minnie is awesome to me.
That's so warm. Like that just puts you in the
it just puts you in a Christmas spirit. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like you can't explain it. Like it's the way Mickey looks.
So I got to tell this story too. And I don't know if I think because you had already started to walk across the street this last trip when we were in Disneyland. There was a cavalcade that was happening down Main Street, and I was walking alongside it. The street was packed, so I didn't get a good spot to sit. So I was just we were walking towards DCA that night, that particular day. It was on Saturday, and the cavalcade was going by, and this little girl was on her dad's shoulders, and Mickey waved at her, and she cried. And she was like, "Oh my gosh, Mickey!" And this, she had to have been like 2 or 3, and she was crying, which in turn, man, somebody was cutting onions or something around there because I started like crying. Yeah. And it was just so sweet because that's what Mickey
that is
and
what
the characters
Mickey is.
do.
Like that's the power of Mickey.
Yeah,
like it's truly like,
hits you right in the feels.
It's an undescribable feeling if you have like a connection to Mickey,
right?
Kind of thing. Let's talk a little bit about the different things that have kind of, I know we hinted at them in talking about the different versions of Mickey. Let's go into Mickey's different projects, all of the different projects that Mickey has shown up in and what it like truly brings out and brings to the character of Mickey.
Awesome. So these are some of Mickey's like more famous and more iconic roles and performances that we've seen Mickey in. So of course in 1935, or excuse me, we're going to start at the top here. 1928, we had Steamboat Willie. Mickey Becomes the Star. That was his first original Mickey Mouse that we saw on the big screen. That one, I have that tattooed on me. I love Steamboat Willie. Sorcerer is Coming, but I love that, a classic. And I wish there was a place in the parks that you could meet him. There's a place you can see him.
Would be awesome to meet him.
And I think they've done it at some of the after hours events, but I still have not yet.
I know I've seen photos of people with him.
Right, and that would be so cool to meet
such
Steamboat.
a cool meet and greet.
Next is in 1935, the band concert. Now, this was Mickey's first release in color. Watching Mickey evolve from black and white newcomer into a polished Disney star.
Color for Mickey, Mickey is a silhouette character. You could recognize Mickey from his silhouette. That's what Mickey ears are. is Mickey's silhouette, and you can recognize that almost instantly, no matter who you are.
Right.
But bringing Mickey into color, it elevates him to that next level.
Yep. The iconic red and yellow.
Mm-hmm. And then in 1940, you get Fantasia. Mickey becomes more than a comedian. The Sorcerer's Apprentice gives Mickey one of the most enduring identities. Sorcerer Mickey will become synonymous with Disney magic itself.
Right. And then in 1955, we have the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Mickey's
Mickey
success.
Mouse Club, not the Mickey Mouse
Mickey
Clubhouse.
Mouse Club. Sorry, see, that's just the dad in me there.
Mm-hmm.
The Mickey Mouse Club in 1955, which was Mickey becoming successful, making the jump to television.
Mm-hmm.
Another generation doesn't have to visit a movie theater to experience Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Mickey comes into
he's into your homes, and this starts a crazy whirlwind of Mickey.
Mickey Mouse Club. It ran for a little bit, ended, and then rebooted. Right?
Yep, there was like a reboot. I want to say like late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that
and
I knew.
That's the one where like Justin Timberlake and all of those people were on it, right?
Right. Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, JC Chavez,
literally
Ryan Gosling,
like every star from today.
Russell, Carrie Russell was in that. Yeah, so not
so
Russell
many
Crowe.
different people.
Not Russell Crowe.
No, Russell Crowe. Was in
the original Mickey Mouse Club was like Annette Funicello. That's the only one I know.
Really?
And I think there was one named, guys, you'll have to help me out, but wasn't his name like Teddy? Teddy or
I'm not gonna help you out there.
Bubby or something like that. I think it was Teddy.
Yeah. And then in 1983, you get one of my favorite ways to experience Mickey, and that is a Mickey's Christmas Carol. This is my favorite version of Christmas Carol.
Yes.
I don't think that there is a better version. I don't think you can convince me that there is a better version. This is the version.
Didn't we talk about it once and you said that the Jim Carrey one was better than all the rest?
I don't think so.
I can't stand the Jim Carrey one.
I enjoy the Jim Carrey one, but I like this one more.
More than
Muppets
the Muppets.
Christmas Carol is good, but also it's a more serious story for the Muppets to put on, you know? I mean, they do it phenomenally, but it's just not a Muppet story, in my opinion.
So next in 2001, this concept is almost perfect for making Disney characters from everywhere gather together in one like big dining hall theater type deal.
I don't think I've ever seen this.
I've watched it a few times back in the day. I think one of the Christmas specials that Mickey does that's on Disney Plus is centered around like the House of Mouse. And that's what we get. We get the House of Mouse. And Mickey's the host of this, like, it's almost like a variety show. And Mickey is the host of said variety show.
Okay, yeah, we've definitely talked about this before.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever seen it or watched
it. It was pretty good. I mean, Mickey himself stays pretty classic to what we've come to love. And yeah, I this was in 2001, so I was
cool concept.
I was 16, 17, so you know at that time I was too cool for kid shows.
Yeah.
But I still watched a little bit of it.
And then we get the iconic Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So many kids nowadays know it. Like you could ask anybody my age, they watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse growing up. Everybody did.
And then 2013, once again, we talk about the new Mickey shorts put out by Paul Ruddish, and the team totally redesigned him. It says radical, but I totally redesigned. I mean, just next level redesigns Mickey and bringing back his mischievous side. It eventually leads to the wonderful world of Mickey Mouse.
And that kind of leads us in to talking about how he has physically changed and looked over the years.
Right. So there's a few things that are classic to Mickey. So in the early 1928, you always had black and white Mickey, pie cut eyes. So his eyes were that certain shape, right? And then rubber hose limbs. So he just had lines for limbs.
Yeah.
He didn't, have crazy, and then his mischievous personality.
And then in the 1930s to 1940s, that is when Mickey gains his iconic gloves, his famous red shorts, his friendlier appearance, and more expressive eyes.
So this is where we really start to see Mickey
become Mickey.
Yes. And this is where like the iconic red, yellow really comes through. The classic corporate Mickey Mouse, the rounder, softer, friendlier, and becomes the Disney ambassador at this point.
This is when Mickey kind of like gains his, like, because Mickey's always been a little bit plumper, but this is when Mickey really kind of becomes that.
Yep. he ate a few too many things of cheese.
And then you have modern Mickey, which is stylized, extremely expressive, exaggerated animations, and mischievous once again. And they go back to his little noodle arms.
Right. And they
more noodly arms, I'd say.
I think the thing that I like a lot about the newer Disney short or the Mickey shorts is that they incorporate all of the way Mickey Mouse is. Right. So they take a little bit from the 1928s, the 1930s, the modern Mickey from like the 80s and on, and they kind of combine them all together.
Yeah. And like you can look at any of these versions and know that they're Mickey Mouse. Some of them stand out more than possible. But the thing of Mickey that makes Mickey is that you don't need any of this.
Right.
You need 3 circles to know that it's Mickey Mouse.
Yep. The hidden Mickey. Just that silhouette. And then let's talk briefly, because we kind of talked about it like from the park side of things, but Mickey leaves the big screen. Mickey isn't confined to movies or television. He's the physical part of Disney. So everything Disney is involved in, there's Mickey Mouse, right? Not just in the parks, not just anything Disney is Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. And like there's so many different ways that we've talked about that you can see Mickey. Fantasmic, meet and greets, Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. But I'd say the most, the best way that Mickey shows that he is physically Disney is the hidden Mickeys.
Right.
Like he
They're
is
everywhere.
everywhere. I don't even remember the actual number of hidden Mickeys that there are in Disney World, in the Magic Kingdom alone, but there's so many. And there's whole like bits of like there's the solar panel field that is a hidden Mickey if you look at it from above. Like there's so many little things that Disney tries to make Mickey a physical part of them.
1 big circle and 2 little circle ears. That's all you need to have a hidden Mickey. Fun story. When I have a big landscape piece on half a sleeve on my arm, and I went to my tattoo artist the day I was heading in there in like an hour, and I said, "Hey, is there any way that we can incorporate a hidden Mickey?" And he's like, "Absolutely, we're going to do this." And I'm thinking in my mind, it's going to be, it's going to be that classic silhouette of Mickey. It's going to be the 2 ears, the face. I get there and he has 3 stencils. It's a freehand piece except for 3 stencils. A guy fishing, a guy panning gold, and then he has Mickey Mouse, and Mickey Mouse is fishing. And I said, I wanted him to be hidden. And he goes, "Dude, this is the perfect hidden Mickey because people are going to look at your arm and they're not going to see Mickey Mouse. They're going to see everything else. And then they're going to go, oh, wait a second. There's a Mickey right there." And I don't know how many people do that. They'll look at my arm and they'll be like, "That is amazing." And then they're like, "Oh, wait, there's Mickey Mouse right there." And it's just kind of one of those cool, like little gems that I have on me.
Yeah, it's awesome. But let's go into our next bit, the biggest part of why we want to do these character breakdowns and what does Mickey mean to Disney? Like we've said so many different things of this is why Mickey is Disney. Disney is physically Mickey. Like we've said it so much, but what truly makes Mickey Disney?
Right. Mickey isn't just Disney's most successful franchise. He's not necessarily every kid's favorite character. In my earlier days, he wasn't my favorite character. My favorite character was Donald Duck for many, many years. And then I started to understand Mickey, and Mickey kind of embodied a little bit of kind of like who I am. I kind of pride myself, like I'm caring, I'm loving, I'm trustworthy, like these are the things that I try to do. And so I say I am, but some people may think different. I don't know. But that's who so then I started to really love and fall in love with Mickey. He might not even be the character selling the most merchandise at any given moment. I think I'm sure he's got to be up there and probably the top sales of all merchandise, but I think like Winnie the Pooh gives a run for his money. Stitch is huge.
Definitely does. I just say, I don't know. That's a very like, I kind of want to find out who is Disney's most like marketable character.
Right.
Like it's obviously probably going to say Mickey Mouse.
I think Winnie the Pooh's up there as well.
I think he's got to be. I think another really good one and off of one thing alone could be Lotso.
He's up there.
I think Lotso bears could sell like crazy. Like if you count mini ear, like the headband Mickey ears as mini ears, then Minnie is up there.
Minnie would beat everything out.
I feel like Lightning McQueen could be up there. You see a lot of Lightning McQueen merch. You see a lot of Frozen merch. Olaf could probably be up there. There's a lot of different characters that I could say would be up there.
So it is saying historically, Mickey has been an absolute merchandising monster. The entire character licensing and business essentially began back in 1929. So, I mean, we've had Mickey stuff forever. So,
yeah,
safe bet to say Mickey is the number one.
Yeah, and I mean, like, everything has Mickey on it somewhere.
So, all of this doesn't matter, right? Because Mickey represents something bigger than all of this, something bigger than the merchandising,
something bigger and unexplainable.
Right. It's very unexplainable. But Mickey is Disney, and he survived the silent movie, sound, Technicolor, television, theme parks, home video, DVDs, and streaming. Disney has acquired like Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, and Avatar, and dozens upon dozens of iconic characters have joined the company over the years that Mickey has been around.
Mm-hmm.
But at the head of that table of all the time, that entire time, was one character that tells the time, and that is Mickey Mouse.
Mm-hmm. And you can even see this, like, because there's only one park that has another character. Like, Mickey is every single park other than Epcot. Figment is Epcot.
I'd say, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't say, like, there really isn't another icon character to the parks of, like, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios. Magic Kingdom is obviously Mickey, but, like, the Epcot is the only park, I'd say, internationally that has a separate character other than Mickey.
Right.
That is its headliner, I'd say.
So let's get into something. And you guys know, obviously, by our feature presentation here today, that Mickey Mouse is everything to us. He well, not everything to us, but he means a lot to our family. But I want to talk about, Emmett, what Mickey means to you and me. So why don't you take it away, man? What does Mickey Mouse mean to you?
You know, Mickey just shows, like, Mickey shows to me to never grow up, to never to not grow up, but learn to grow.
Right.
Like, you need to learn that, yeah, you got bigger responsibilities now, but you don't need to get rid of, like, these things that you've always loved for your whole life. Like, I've, like, been told that, like, I should wear more serious clothes. I shouldn't be wearing these, like, graphic design t-shirts, all that, but that's not who I am. And that shows through Mickey. Like, Mickey doesn't grow up. He doesn't change how he is. He just learns to be a better person, kind of thing. Like, he learns to grow himself and not grow up.
Right.
In a sense. And that's why, like, I've always prided myself on staying true to the things that I love. Never giving up on, like, playing video games or, like, WWE in the last few years. Like, I could talk WWE with somebody that doesn't even care about it, and I'd talk their ear off. Like, there's so many different things that I've learned to love that I don't change, because that's what Mickey showed me.
Right.
That's how I see Mickey.
I like that. And for whoever told you that you shouldn't be wearing classic vintage tees and all that, bring them to me,
guys.
Let's have words, because I am a 40-year-old dude. My closet consists of nothing but Mickey Mouse, Disney apparel, a few WWE shirts, and a couple coaches shirts that I wear. Other than, like, right now, I'm currently wearing a Rex shirt from Toy Story. This is what I wear to work.
I'm wearing my work shirt, but before this, I was wearing an Undertaker shirt.
I get so much crap because I wear Mickey shirts to work. But like you were saying, man, that's who I am. If you don't like it, pack sand.
I have Mickey clothes so far to where I bought a 90s California Screamin' tee that is a children's medium, just because I wanted to have it, because it's something you don't come across. You don't come across California Screamin' merch anymore, and it has the Fab Five on it, and they're in the cart, and it says Screamin' across the back, and it's awesome, and I'll never fit into it, but it's just cool to have.
I think you should try.
I don't think it would be like a crop top on me, dude. Yeah,
I'll try.
I'm not Channing Tatum. I can't wear that.
Well, I got a body like Channing Tatum somewhere.
No, you don't.
Okay. Maybe it's just in my mind. But Mickey to me, like you said, man, it's just symbolizes childhood and happy and just that adventure and just wonder that is, right? I don't know who said it. Somebody at the D23 Legends panel said it best. I think they said Walt. I think it's a quote from Walt Disney, and he said, maybe it was Chris Berman that said it. He said that there's two things in life that we know. We're going to get old. I wish I could remember the quote, guys. I'm so sorry. But it was something to the effect, like you said, like, never give up on childhood dreams. Don't grow up. There's two things. I can't remember. Dang it. Now it's going to bug me because this is off the top of my head, guys. I'm trying to remember it.
We, like Mickey Mouse, grow up, but we do not grow old.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. I love that. Because it just, Mickey just represents so much. I mean, there's, you got courageous, adventurous, mischievous. I'm all those things, right? I'm fun. I have that heart, and I love it. I want to say it was Chris Berman that said that at the D23.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Chris Berman.
You were correct.
Because he quoted Bob Iger, and then he quoted Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mickey Mouse to me is just, that's,
he's an unexplainable symbol. You can't really pinpoint what Mickey means to anybody. You can't pinpoint what Mickey means to Disney. We all just know that it's something, everything. It's
something different to everybody. I think Mickey is that person that, like, to me it could mean one thing, to you it could be another, to our good buddy Rick it could be something completely different.
Well, yeah, it's his boss.
Well, yeah. See, Rick works for the mouse, so he knows how it goes. But yeah, it's just, there's so much with Mickey.
I love seeing TikTok. I saw TikTok this week, and it was a cast member posting pictures on TikTok of backstage and all of that. And I don't condone doing that. I think that's a terrible thing to do. And I just love how the top comment on every single one that I've ever seen is, "The mouse is going to find you."
It's like with the Jonas Brothers at the D23.
Yeah.
We are pledged to the mouse or something like that. And they put all the Mickey ears. But yeah, he's just so awesome. Just the nostalgia, the childhood, and
the fact that he can go through so many changes and personalities and so many different things and still be that is awesome.
Right.
Like, that just shows, like, his longevity. Like, Mickey will never die.
No,
I don't think Mickey will ever go away from the Disney company. There might be a time or point where they stop making Mickey shorts and they stop redoing his style, but he's never going to go away.
There are very few things in this world that are universal. Meaning languages are different, our thought process, our religions, our dreams, hopes are all different, but there is one universal thing, and that is Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse, it doesn't matter where you're at, what you're doing.
Things that are guaranteed in life: Mickey Mouse, taxes, and death.
Yep. I love it, man. Well, Emmett, I'm going to ask you a couple real quick questions, a little rapid fire. What is your favorite Mickey?
Sorcerer Mickey. It's my I've always loved Sorcerer Mickey from the second I got his figure in Disney Infinity to when I bought my first Sorcerer Mickey hat to when I had a Sorcerer Mickey plush. Like, I've always had Sorcerer Mickey merch.
Right.
That's the one thing that my room is missing now, is a Sorcerer Mickey merch. And I think I want to buy like a light cover. That's the Sorcerer's hat.
Where is your Sorcerer Mickey?
My Sorcerer Mickey got chewed up by the dogs years ago, but my hat's in the top of my closet, I believe.
Okay. How about your earliest Mickey memory?
I think it's just got to be watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. I don't think I can recall anything earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, not that I know of.
All right. And then what do you feel you associate Mickey with?
Just
like the most.
Being who you are. That's what I associate Mickey with.
If Mickey disappeared tomorrow, would Disney still feel like Disney?
No, I don't think it would. I think it would completely change.
I think if Mickey Mouse disappeared tonight, Disney would cease to exist.
I think so too. I think it wouldn't be a thing without me, because it truly wouldn't be a thing without Mickey Mouse. It all started from a mouse. That's why we did this. That's why we repeated this quote this week, guys, is because without this one little thought and pop up in Walt Disney's brain, he wouldn't have what he has today.
Right.
Like, it would be nowhere near the amount.
Guys, I think it's right here on the back of our wall. Our logo itself, our name of our podcast is Movies with the Mouse. And there's a reason for that. It's because it's the mouse.
Without having Mickey in the picture, I think Winnie the Pooh would have become the face of Disney.
I could see that.
Because he was right there alongside in the early days. If it wasn't him, I think it would be like Dopey.
If it wasn't for the mouse, I don't think Disney would have survived.
I don't think it would have either. I think they would have went bankrupt early on, but I think Pooh Bear is the next closest thing.
Yep. That
and Movies with the Bear just doesn't roll off the tongue correctly.
Dude, we'd be like movies with two dudes. It'd be movies
Movies with the Pooh.
Yeah, or
And that just
movies
doesn't sound good.
movies with the bald dude and kid. I mean, it just doesn't roll off.
No, it doesn't.
So movies with the mouse is perfect.
Yep.
So awesome, man. Well, Emmett, why don't you give us our closing statements this week, man?
You know, guys, I got nothing. If you're going back to school, enjoy it as much as you can. Get out there, go for a walk this week. The weather's starting to kind of get a little bit nicer towards the evening. Go for a walk, do something fun, and just, like always, have a good week.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to try something that I haven't done on this show before. I've never thrown out my Mickey impersonation.
I don't think you ever have.
I used to be able to do it really well. My voice has gotten a little deeper as I've gotten older, and so makes it a little bit harder. But I'm gonna throw it out there. I'm gonna embarrass myself for a minute, maybe embarrass you a little bit. But here it goes. I don't. Yeah,
This might be a little rough, guys.
this might be really rough.
Maybe back up a little bit because you're gonna be loud.
All right. See that was bad. Oh boy, hey pal. It's me, Mickey Mouse.
I mean, that wasn't terrible. No, it wasn't. It was pretty
not
good.
Bad. I mean, like I said, my voice has kind of gone down an octave a little bit, and so it's a little bit tougher. But yeah, I love Mickey Mouse. I used to, like, when you kids were growing up, and the nieces and nephews, I'd always do Mickey, and they'd be like, "What? You're Mickey?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not Mickey." But I always liked, there's a time during the holiday season that I'm really good friends with some people, and every once in a while, that person is friends with our good buddy Mickey, and that he actually has a Mickey pin that he's struts around and shows, and
yeah,
just brings that joy.
Yeah, for sure.
Mickey is universal. So guys, like always, pop some popcorn, sit down with the family, watch a good Mickey cartoon, or watch the Mickey shorts if you're into them. I know Stephanie hates them.
Let's get into Halloween. Does Mickey have a Halloween short?
I'm sure there's one somewhere out there on Disney Plus.
I mean, yes, we're still months out from Halloween.
Right. Yeah, we're getting into that time. But yeah, sit down with your family, watch Mickey, talk about Mickey Mouse, and maybe I want somebody, and I'm probably looking at you, Jesse. I want you to go through, listen to the show, and now you've listened to the entire thing. I want you to go back, re-listen to the show, and I need you to count up how many times we said Mickey Mouse or Mickey in this entire. But I bet you we're over 100.
Oh, well, easily.
Because that'd be a fun little game.
I don't think it'd be a fun little game. You want her there with like the little clicker every single time.
We're at 999.
Are we counting the intro, or are we counting?
Right? And there's a reason he's in our intro, man. He's awesome. So, yeah, I love Mickey Mouse, guys. I can't. So, do me a favor this week, guys. I always tell you guys to be kind and make somebody smile and just be that person in somebody's life that you never know. But this week, guys, I want you to try something, and I want you to try to be as if you were part of Mickey, and just show that compassion, that love, that kindness. Be adventurous, be wacky, be zany, have fun. And
WWMD.
What would Mickey do? 100%. Well, I honestly was going to say that earlier, and we got talking about something else. But I honestly think that sometimes, what would Mickey do in this situation? Would he crawl up in a ball and cry, or would he be like, you know what? Let's do this, pal. And I still think back to our Jeopardy episode of this show, and we got the first question wrong, and that was, what was Mickey's first words? Hot dog.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, Emmett, you got anything else?
No, I do not.
Me neither. I don't want to stop talking about Mickey, but I mean, the clock is telling me I have to go to bed. So we've come to that part of the show. So let me get the outro so I don't screw it up here. I have to read it because I don't have it memorized. But that's it for this week's journey through the magic of Disney movies. Thanks for watching, dreaming, and
you're reading it and you messed it up.
I messed it up and I'm reading it because I get so excited. Let me restart that, okay? Okay. See, Mickey would screw up and he would just start over again because that's how he is, and that's what I'm going to do. So that's it for this week's journey through the magic of Disney movies. Thanks for watching, listening, and dreaming with us. And until next time, may your week be filled with adventure, laughter, and a little bit of Mickey magic. We'll see y'all real soon. Good night.
So,
Good night.
we come to the end of this chapter.
Oh, no, please, can't we go back to page 1 and do it all over again?
But Pooh, it's just another turn of the page. And I, for one, think what comes next will be wondrous.
This has been YDF Media Productions.